Olá, eu sou Daniel, coordenador de inglês do Instituto Kailua, e essa é a nossa aula 23. So, in class 23, we have our midterm test. Então, o que para a gente é o midterm test? Lá no A1.1 a gente fez a mesma coisa. Ele é um simulado do teste. Então, todas as questões aqui têm uma pontuação para vocês terem uma ideia de como vocês estão indo. Então, essa nota ela não vai valer para a nota final. É só uma forma de vocês treinarem o formato dos testes e treinar a parte que a gente já estudou até o momento, ok? So let's see what we have in question 1. So question 1 we have, answer the questions according to Phoebe's schedule, 0.2 each. Então, cada pergunta vale 0.2. Here we have the schedule. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the activities. Wake up, work out, work, have lunch, study German, go to bed. And here we have the time. The questions we have. What time does she have lunch? Write the time. Então, aqui é para vocês escreverem por extenso o horário. What time does she go to bed? Write the time. How often does she work out before 9 a.m.? How often does she go to bed after 9 p.m.? How often does she work out? Okay, no, here's question. Então, como é para simular um teste, eu não vou explicar nada agora. Vocês vão pausar o vídeo, fazer as questões e depois, na hora da correção, eu vou explicando cada coisa para ficar claro o porquê que a resposta é do jeito que ela é. Ok? Então, vejo vocês em breve. Bom, so let's correct. What time does she have lunch? In the schedule, have lunch 12:10 p.m. So, she has lunch at 12:10 p.m. or at 10 past 12 p.m. or at 10 past midday. And the synonym of midday, noon. So here we have simple present. In the interrogative, does she have? In the affirmative, she has. So she has lunch. The preposition for specific time, for clock time, at. And there are 4 different ways to say the time. Hours and minutes, 12:10 p.m. Or we can use past, so 10 minutes, 10 past 12 p.m. Or 12 p.m. is a synonym for midday and a synonym for noon. So she has lunch at 10 past midday or She has lunch at 10 past noon. Letter B. What time? Oh, no. Let's go back. The teacher is crazy. Okay. What time does she go to bed? Go to bed. There are two possibilities, 10:40 or 10 o'clock. So, here. She goes to bed at 10 p.m. or 10:40 p.m. So, because there are two possibilities. Some days 10, so on Tuesday and Thursday at 10, on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10:40. Or at 20 to 11 p.m. Again, simple present, interrogative. Does she go? Affirmative, she goes. 10 p.m., only one possibility, 10 p.m. 10:40, there are two possibilities, hour, minutes, or in this case, to use two, 20 to 11 p.m. or 10:40 p.m. They are synonyms. How often does she work out before 9 a.m.? Let's go back. Work out 7:45, 7:45. It's 100% of the time she always works out before 9 a.m. Another possibility, she works out before 9 a.m. twice a week. Por que aqui a gente tem duas respostas tão diferentes? Twice a week, a gente está levando em consideração a semana inteira. Então, two times, twice. Mas se a gente levar em consideração somente os dias em que ela faz essa atividade, Tuesday and Thursday, 100% do tempo é before 9 a.m. Então, se a gente está considerando só Tuesday and Thursday, a gente pode botar always. Ou se a gente quiser toda semana, a gente pode botar o twice a week. E assim, a gente acaba tendo uma resposta muito parecida com a letra E. Porque a letra E é somente quantas vezes, how often does she work out? Então, a frequência de forma geral. So, she works out twice a week. Again, in the interrogative, does she work? Affirmative, she works. And letter D, how often Does she go to bed after 9 p.m.? After 9, after 9, after 9, after 9, after 9. So one possibility, she always goes to bed after 9 p.m. or she goes to bed after 9 p.m. 5 times a week. Okay, so 100% of the time, always. The specific number of the times, 5 times a week. Okay, what is very important here? When we use adverbs of frequency, always, never, sometimes, usually, we put before the verb. So always goes, always works out. When we use expressions of time, we put at the end. So blah, 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 twice a week. Blah, 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 5 times a week. So depending on the element, if it's an expression or if it's an adverb, the position changes. Okay? So correct everything, calculate all the points, and if you have any questions, you can go to Google Classroom. Okay? So let's see question 2. In question 2, we have write the years. Remember, there is a special way to write the years. Okay? So pause the video, write the years, and we will correct in a bit. Let's correct. So when we write the years, we usually divide in 2 parts. So in letter A, we have 5, 39. In letter B, we divide 2 and 2. So we have 1683. In letter C, we divide 2 and 2. 1702. So when we have 0 in this position, we put O. Letter D, we have 2 zeros in the middle. In this situation, we don't divide. 2008. So 1 0 in this position, O. 2 zeros in the middle, don't divide the complete number. And 1 0 in this position, we have 2 options, divide or don't divide. So when we divide, 2012. When we don't divide, 2000. Okay, so 3 digits, 1 digit, 2 digits, 4 digits, 2 and 2, 0 in this position, 2 and 2, 0, we say O. 2 zeros in the middle, don't divide. 0 in this position, it's optional. Okay? Any questions? Is it okay? Let's go to question 3. Question 3, we have write sentences using present simple. Okay, so here the words are in the correct order, but you have to use the correct present simple. So if it's necessary to include a word, or if it's necessary to adapt a word, do it. Okay? So pause the video, write the sentences, and we will correct. Well, let's see. I usually arrive on time. In this case, no modification is necessary. I usually arrive on time. Just copy the words. She practices sports every day. It's interrogative. So interrogative, does she practice sports every day? Letter C, they be never here. So verb to be in the present simple with they are never ever here. Remember in question number 1 here, I said adverb and verb. So this is the correct order for all the verbs except verb to be. Verb to be is the opposite. When we use adverbs of time or adverbs of frequency and verb to be, the order is to be and the adverb. Letter D, John and Mary have a car, interrogative. John and Mary is plural. Do they, so do John and Mary have a car? John and Mary corresponds to they, and the auxiliary we use for they is do. So I, you, we, they do. He, she, it does. And the letter E, he not study in the morning. So in this case, we have a negative. Negative, we need the auxiliary. For here, the auxiliary is does. And when we connect, he doesn't study in the morning. Okay, or he does not study in the morning. Okay, so again, adverbs of frequency before the verb, except with verb to be, in this case, to be and adverb. In simple present, negative and interrogative, we use auxiliary. For he, she, it, does. So does she practice? He doesn't study. For I, you, we, they, we use do. Do John and Mary have a car? Okay? All your questions, again, you can ask using Google Classroom. The next question we have, question number 4, is a text. So read the text about Susan's routine and answer the questions. So, every morning I wake up at 6 a.m. After I wake up, I work out. I work out 5 days a week in my house. It takes me about 40 minutes. After I work out, I get ready. So I take a shower, I do my makeup, I do my hair. I spend a lot of time on my hair. And then, once I'm ready, I get dressed, of course. I have breakfast. For breakfast, I have the same thing every day. I have oatmeal with a piece of fruit and a cappuccino. After that, I'm ready for the day, so then I work. Usually, I teach for about 5 hours every day. It changes from day to day, but it's about 5 hours. After I teach, well, in the evenings, I do different things. I play guitar about 5 times a week. I see my friends maybe 2 or 3 times a week. I talk to my best friend Jill every single day. We talk on WhatsApp. And sometimes I'll just chill out by myself, read a book, maybe listen to some music. I clean the house every Tuesday. It takes me about 2 hours. I go grocery shopping 2 or 3 times a week. On the weekends, my daily routine is a little bit different. I sleep in until about 7 or 7:30, and then I have a longer breakfast. Usually, I have a bagel for breakfast on the weekends and not oatmeal. I try to do something active every weekend, but I don't work out. So I just go for a walk, ride my bike, go for a hike, things like that. I see my friends more on the weekends. We go out for coffee or go out for a drink. Maybe go to the movies as well. I go to bed a little bit later. During the week, I go to bed at 10:30. But on the weekends, maybe I'll go to bed at 11:30 or even sometimes at 1 in the morning. And I don't do any chores on the weekend. I try not to clean the house or go grocery shopping. I try to keep it fun. And in general, that's my daily routine. So, based on this text, you have to answer these 5 questions. What time does she wake up? How long does it take her to work out? How often does she work? How often does she work out on weekends? What time does she go to bed on weekdays? So again, pause the video, answer the questions, and we will correct in some minutes. Let's correct. What time does she wake up? Every morning, I wake up at 6 a.m. So she wakes up at 6 a.m. Or at 7 or 7:30 a.m. on the weekends. Okay, so during the week, 6 a.m. On the weekend, 7 or 7:30 a.m. How long does it take her to work out? So the duration, it takes me about 40 minutes. The answer using her, it takes her about 40 minutes. How often does she work? She, she's a teacher, so she teaches for about 5 hours every day. So she works for about 5 hours every day. In this case, every day during the week. How often does she work out on the weekends? So here is the information on the weekend. I try to do something active every weekend, but I don't work out. So zero frequency, never. She never works out on the weekends. What time does she go to bed on weekdays? She goes to bed at 10:30. She goes to bed at 10:30 p.m. on weekdays. So during the week, on weekdays, they are synonyms. Okay, if you have any questions about the answers, about the structure, about the vocabulary, you know what to do. And here we have a listening exercise. So listen to the audio and answer the questions with with complete sentences. Como é um simulado de prova, nesse caso a gente não tem o audio transcript. Então vocês vão só ouvir e vão tentar responder, ok? Então a gente já volta aqui para corrigir essas questões. Well, let's see. What time does he wake up? He wakes up at 7 a.m. What does he usually have for breakfast? He usually has cereal with orange juice for breakfast. Okay, in this case, the complement of the verb have is cereal with orange juice. So we have to respect this order. Verb, complement, and after the complement, the extra information. How does he go to school? He goes to school walking. Or he goes to school on foot. Or he walks to school. Different structures, same idea. Is the school food good? No, it isn't good. Or no, the school food isn't good. And the last question, what does he do after school to relax? He reads or watches TV. So here we put S in read, but in watch, watch ends in CH. So it's a special case. We have to put ES. The same situation with go. When the verb ends in O, we put ES. So CH, SH, S, X, Z, or O, we put ES. And the verb to have is a special verb. I have, you have, they have, we have, he, she, it has. We have to remove parts of the verb. Okay? So this is the written part of your test. To finish, we have this oral part. A gente não tem a prova oral com vocês, oficial, porque como a gente não tem como ver a produção oral durante as aulas, a gente não cobra isso no final. Mas aqui eu botei só para a gente ter uma ideia de como ficaria uma prova oral. Então, todas essas perguntas são sobre vocês mesmas e eu vou responder usando as minhas informações. Então, o que vocês vão fazer? Eu vou ler a pergunta, eu vou dar uma pausa, vocês pausam o vídeo, tentem responder por vocês, depois dá um play para ver se a resposta é parecida. Então, a primeira pergunta, what do you do in the morning? I have breakfast in the morning. Aqui, what do you do? Esse do, ele é uma ação genérica. Então, na resposta, vocês vão botar uma outra ação. I have breakfast in the morning. I work out in the morning. I take a shower in the morning. I go to work in the morning. What do you usually do in the afternoon? I work in the afternoon. Mesma situação, vocês vão substituir o do por uma outra ação. What time do you usually wake up? Então, aqui tem um espacinho. O usually é uma palavra e o wake é outra. What time do you usually wake up? I usually wake up at 9 a.m. Então, ficaria I usually wake up at, preposition of time, e o horário. What time do you usually have lunch? I usually have lunch at 2 p.m. Mesma situação do 3, porém com outra ação, have lunch. How often do you go to the cinema? I go to the cinema once a month. Então, aqui a gente entra na questão da posição do frequency. I go to the cinema once a month, once a week, 3 times a month. Ou se for um advérbio, I never go to the cinema. I always go to the cinema. I sometimes go to the cinema. Do you prefer to drink juice or beer? I prefer to drink beer. Então, aqui, I prefer to drink e uma das opções. What food do you hate eating? I hate eating olives. Então, I hate eating e o nome da comida. What's your year of birth? My year of birth is 1988. My year of birth is... E muda para cada um. How do you feel when the airplane takes off? I feel good when the airplane takes off. Então, I feel good, I feel well, I feel bad, I feel nervous, I feel anxious when the airplane takes off. Do you take a bus to work? What do you take? I don't take a bus to work. I work at home. Então, in the negative, I don't take a bus to work. In the affirmative, I take a bus to work. Aqui é só se for negative. Então, vocês responderam, I don't take a bus to work, mas tem um outro meio de transporte. I take the train. I take the subway. I take a taxi. Ou I work at home. Or I walk to work. Dependendo de como você faz esse trajeto. Ok? Any questions? Tranquilinho? Então, vocês viram que cada questãozinha daqui valia 0,2. Então, cada questão tinham 5 opções, ou seja, cada questão vale 1, sendo 5 questões, 5 pontos no total. Aqui nós temos 10 perguntas. Se fosse uma prova, cada uma valeria meio. Então, façam as contas de vocês. Se vocês quiserem postar lá no Google Classroom para mostrar como vocês estão indo, vocês são sempre bem-vindos a comentar lá na turma. Então, por hoje, é só. Espero que não tenha ficado dúvida nenhuma. Se ficou, como sempre, volta um pouquinho para ver a explicação de novo ou pergunta lá no Google Classroom e nos vemos numa próxima aula. Bye, bye!